every year the Democrats continue to push this whole idea that Columbus Day is somehow racist and wrong and that we should not be celebrating it as a country. And of course, Kamala Harris has gone out and decided that she was going to continue to push this ridiculous narrative. So she is at this event and speaking about Columbus Day and of course spreading all this ridiculous left-wing ideology and misinformation. So let's go ahead and check it out here.
It is an honor, of course, to be with you this week as we celebrate Indigenous Peoples Day, as we speak truth about our nation's history. Since 1934, every October, the United States has recognized the voyage of the European explorers who first landed on the shores of the Americas. But that is not the whole story. That has never been the whole story. Those explorers ushered in a wave of devastation for tribal nations, perpetrating violence, stealing land, and spreading disease. We must not shy away from this shameful past, and we must shed light on it and do everything we can to address the impact of the past on Native communities today.
I always hate this whole ordeal every time they bring this up. It's such a tired argument. It really is, because the problem is that every time we go through this, every time we bring this up, the same issue comes into play. That we have to look at the actual history. Like, she talks about it like it's the truth, but she's not even telling the whole truth, which is the fact that the tribal nations were themselves killing each other over and over again. They act like they were sitting around a campfire singing Kumbaya until, Christopher Columbus showed up and then all of a sudden just blew everything out of proportion. That is not what was going on. These people were killing each other like crazy. They were literally just savagely beating and killing each other, having tribal wars over land all the time. So in other words, what they're saying is, hey, you know what? It's okay if they do it to each other, but it's wrong if somebody else comes in and actually tries to turn this civilization into something, I don't know, civilized, right? So this is a kind of a funny meme that popped up here. Nice land mass you got there, and be ashamed if something, someone interrupted the endless tribal warfare and, I don't know, created a functional country. Did we ever think that maybe that was for the best, considering what was actually happening there? Like, they don't really care about the real facts behind the situation. They only care about trying to protect their protected groups, which is all they really care about. So, Christopher Columbus, once again, the only immigrant liberals hate. I mean, I love this one because it's so true. What happened to them loving immigrants coming into the country? Oh, wait, you mean not the white ones, right? I mean, it's crazy, honestly. This happens every single time, every year. The whole situation gets brought up. Thanksgiving, same thing. I mean, they bring it up for that too. I like this one as well. The bullet that Trump dodged, and then the bullet that America dodged. So that's always a good one. And then what I'm going to be thanking for, or giving thanks for this Thanksgiving, is sparing us from Kamala Harris, because I mean, could you imagine if she was president right now, espousing this stuff? I mean, it would be like every holiday, it's some racist thing, Thanksgiving, racist, we just can't have good old American things anymore, and especially when they propagate all this stuff on their own lie and they call it truth and pretend like we're too stupid to know the difference, but we're not. And we can tell what's actually true or not, what's not true. We don't need Kamala Harris to inform us about what's going on. And if you actually look back in real history and see what was going on at the time, I think anybody that's, has access to the internet can figure out what actually happened and doesn't need to wait for Kamala Harris' speech to tell them what happened. So, them trying to rename it to Indigenous Peoples Day, I mean, it's like them trying to flip the script on this whole thing. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work. Like, you're basically trying to celebrate people that sat there and killed each other over their own territory anyways. Like, I don't think that Christopher Columbus did anything bad to them that they weren't already doing to themselves. So I always hate this whole situation. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Just wanted to make a quick video on this one because it's always so annoying. But let me know what you think down in the comments about her remarks here on this whole situation. But happy Columbus Day for everybody that is watching. And just remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I will catch you guys on the next one.